I think I know everybody. I think I know everybody possible. So I'm thinking I'm just going to come in and, smash the top rank in the company right away. My mindset was on the $1 million a month, like within the first 6 months. So that's where you can see where my head was at. I always had big goals with it, but obviously, it might not always go as planned because this actually takes, skill. And it actually takes, an understanding of how the game works and how, the profession of network marketing works. So sometimes it can take longer than others. I would still say we did it quicker once we understood that calls like these, education, books, mentorship was what you really need, because you can have all the energy and all the excitement and all the will to go out there and do everything possible, but if you don't have direction, mentorship, or mentorship doesn't necessarily always need to be from a single person. When I first got in, like realistically, a lot of like mentors that I had were all from YouTube and books. If I didn't know, I was honestly YouTubing. I was YouTubing, how to get my business to grow faster, how, trying and finding the top network marketers in the world and just studying from them and applying it into our business. But I'll go ahead and tell you guys the quote. So the first one is don't choose today's pleasures over tomorrow's future or tomorrow's fortune. Sorry, don't choose today's pleasures over tomorrow's fortune, because, you'll never be able to truly have the fortune if you do. And what does that mean? What I mean by that, in the sense of like, we really have all the desires, wants, all these things we want to do right now on the moment. As humans, we love instant gratification. I know I do, man. I could eat candy all day, every day. And in college, I was definitely a party animal. I loved, the instant gratification of having fun and doing all that type of stuff. But that's what kind of leads me to the next quote that I want to tell you guys is what feels good today. And what feels good today will hurt tomorrow, and what hurts today will feel good tomorrow. And let me actually rephrase that. What feels good will hurt later. What feels good today will hurt later. What feels good, or what hurts today? Let me rephrase it one more time. I mixed up my own words. But what feels good today hurts later, and what hurts today feels good later. And that can be anything. Think about it. You love, like for me, I love candy. That feels so good, but then I feel like shit the next day. I could eat all day long, to be honest with you. I love eating. That is one of my vices. I love food. But obviously I want to, be fit. I want to be in shape. I want to reach my fitness goals, but you can't. So you have to understand the same thing. You're going out drinking, having a good time, and you're having a blast in the moment. Wake up, boom, hangover. Sucks. I'll tell you guys, hangovers suck. If you've never experienced a hangover, is awful, but it feels good for the first, 3, 4, 5 hours. You're having a blast, but the next day it actually sucks. So understand that it's the same thing within business. It sucks to be in the trenches. I mean, depending on how you look at it, but it might be hard being in the trenches. You might have to sacrifice partying, hanging out with friends, time with significant others. Same thing with, trying to get in shape. You might have to sacrifice your favorite foods, fast food, desserts. I'm a big dessert guy. Anything sweet, I could love it. So you have to understand that is the whole process. You have to be okay with taking, that pain for the moment to have the desirable future. It's very, very simple in that aspect. So I just kind of leave you guys with those two different quotes and understand that it might hurt today to be doing all this type of stuff, but I promise you, it gets better and it gets better and it gets better, because there is a side of network marketing that we talk about. It's the fun side. It's the great side. It's the traveling. It's the freedom. It's the, everything that you want when you come into the profession, whether it's network marketing, whether it's trading, you want, these different things. And once you can get to that other side, oh man, it's a blast. It's definitely a blast, because you get to do calls like these. You get to help people all around the world, but you also get to make an impact and, honestly do what you want when you want, because once you get this as a full-time income, you really do choose your entire schedule. So it is a beautiful thing. But let me go ahead and move on to my next point. So I want you guys just to understand that, though. Let me move to my next point. Is, you guys want to write this down. It's the 4 steps to positive change within your business. The 4 steps to positive change within your business. This is something I think I heard, it might have been 2 years ago. 2 years ago, this is something that I heard, the 4 steps of positive change. And the very first one is awareness. Being aware, being aware of where you are right now. What are your habits? What are your bad habits? What are your good habits? What are things that, stress you out? Being just aware of everything you're surrounded, being aware of your business. understand that you have to know what is going on and what maybe you're being aware of what you're doing wrong. Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting or hoping for a different result. And that's where you need to understand what, maybe if you're having certain areas, maybe you're a really good presenter, but you can't invite. Or maybe you're a really good presenter, but you can't close. Or maybe you're a really good inviter, but you can't present for the life of you. So understand these different areas. Or maybe you're just really awful at social media, but in person you can talk and you can have good energy and send those vibrations to people. So just be aware of what those problems are and what are the triggers that cross you to that stuff. If you're a procrastinator, why are you procrastinating? If you suck at presenting or you suck at inviting, why is that? If it's inviting, is it because you're not using a template? Are you over explaining to people? If it's presenting, do you just not know how to speak smoothly enough? And if that's the case, understand that just comes with practice and honestly knowing the information. Like no matter what, I could do the whole presentation without using the actual slides. Because I've been in the industry for a while and I understand and I know the company, I know its products, I know its services, I know what it provides. So when you're able to do that, you don't really have to worry about it. So you don't really get maybe tripped up on your words as much. So understanding the first one is awareness, being self-aware of your skills, your hobbies, your downfalls, your vices. So understand that. And that is what brings me to number 2 is understanding. Understanding the issues or understanding the problems, understanding why you are procrastinating, why you have these bad habits, and understanding, what is causing them. That's what the understanding is. What is causing them? Like, why are you procrastinating? And I always tell people, people don't do any motion when they're confused or scared. Those are the 2 reasons why people don't take action. Is they're either confused or they're scared. And there's a third one that my uncle used to always tell me, or they're just lazy as shit. Just to be honest, or they're just, they're just lazy as possibly can be. But it's usually because they're, fearful of the outcome or failing or whatever it is. Or they just lack the information. So understand what are causing these issues. What are your triggers? For some people, they stop working as soon as they see their first set of rejection. I've seen people that they're so pumped up, they're so fired up that they're going to share this with their whole entire network. And then they get to that point and they start sharing it and they get a couple of no's. They're like, oh, dang, maybe people don't see it how I see it. And then they get nervous and they just stop doing stuff. So understand, why you have these habits. Think about some of your worst habits, some habits you really want to break. Just think about it. Why is it that you're doing that? I look at like addictions like nicotine, people smoking, especially with the new generation with vapes and, e-cigarettes and all that type of stuff. It usually started because people just, were maybe at a party or a friend's house and they started doing it and gradually happened more and more and more and more. And then eventually started buying it yourself. Think about that. A lot of today's generation, they weren't smoking cigarettes and then switched to e-cigarettes. They just randomly started smoking e-cigarettes. So understand, what is causing these things and what is, causing your wiring. Why are you wired in that sense? Is it from a deeper rooted thing, childhood stuff, or, something that your parents told you, or, your family, your friends? You got to really think about that. So the first one was awareness. The second one is understanding. And then the third one is disassociation, disassociating from these problems. Now that you're aware of it, now you understand, what is wrong, or you understand what you need to change or what's affecting you in that way. You need to start understanding you need to start disassociating yourself from these things. That can mean a bunch of stuff. That could be your friends, family, significant others. When I first got into the business, none of my friends, me and Josh, both of us, none of our friends cheered for us, rooted for us. They laughed at us, honestly. None of them actually joined it with us, just to be real. So we started disassociating ourselves. We just started putting ourselves, away from it. And the thing is, that doesn't mean you have to give up on them forever. Doesn't mean you have to never hang out with them. But just if you know that they have negative energy, if you know that they're not trying to have big dreams, goals, or ambitions, why would you put yourself in that situation? And if you've been in the industry for a little bit, you've heard you are the top, you're the average of the top 5 people you spend the most time with. And that is the most true thing I can ever tell you. Because I've seen it my whole entire life. I'm hanging around with a bunch of people that are all smoking, I'm probably smoking. Hanging around a bunch of people that are all drinking, I'm probably drinking. Hanging around a bunch of people that are all playing sports, I was playing sports. No matter what, you can be the outlier, but you hang around these people or you are in these environments long enough, it'll automatically, I can guarantee you, it will affect you. They did a study. They put a sick dog around about 10 to 15, healthy dogs. In a matter of weeks, all of a sudden he was feeling amazing. It's that energy, it's those vibrations that are around you. So like I said, the first one is understanding. The first one is awareness. Second one is understanding. And the third one is disassociation. So disassociate yourself from those environments, from those people, or from those habits. So you can move on to the next level. And then the very fourth one is now reconditioning your mind. And this one is the most important. Because like I said, number 3 is you want to disassociate yourself from these problems or these things that are causing you to have these different habits. But reconditioning your brain is when you're replacing them with all the good. Where you want to go, what do you want to do? How can you make yourself respond differently to these situations? Reconditioning is reforming everything that you've how you've ever thought. And Josh loves this one. He has an analogy, that his mom told us. It's when you're first born, you are a clear glass of water, the purest form, clear, nothing dirty, nothing tainted. Nobody's telling you can't do this or you should do this or, telling you what you can or cannot do. But obviously as time, it gets dirty and dirty and dirty. And that's where the disassociation comes into play, because now you're filling yourself up with good information, positive affirmations. And all of a sudden you're dumping more clear water into it, more clear water. And eventually, that darkness, that pain goes away and you are now clear again. So reconditioning your brain. So how can you do that? How can you do that? And I'll say it I said it before, you've all said it before, and I'll say it again, because I feel like sometimes we say these things and people don't really actually do them. The first one is personal development in any form, shape, or fashion is personal development. Are you reading? If you're not a reader, that is okay. There are audios, but I tell you, you can read 5 to 10 pages a day. If you read 10 pages of a book every single day, that's 300. There's 300 to, whatever, 300 or so pages every single month, right? That's a book, maybe a book and a half, depending on the book. So you can do it. 10 is not hard. Even if you read super slow, it's okay. You can do it. I promise you can do 5 and you'll still be able to finish a good amount of books within a year. So personal development, audios, going on YouTube, looking up different, sales, network marketing trainings, different successful entrepreneurs, people that you want to, build your maybe business or principles of business around. And the best thing I can tell you with that is find a mentor, whether it's me or Josh or not. Find a mentor, find somebody that you can work with on a consistent basis and get, guidance and help from. So reconditioning, the first one, like I said, is feeding your mind, personal development, feeding your mind, adding good and, good stuff into your brain. The second one is, like I was talking about disassociation before, from disassociating from people in your environment. Now you need to go find and be around people in your environment. You need to add good people into your environment. And if you can't, I get that. Sometimes we're stuck where we live at. We're stuck in our hometowns. We're stuck in, whatever it may be. But whatever you can do to find and be around good people, it doesn't mean you have to actually physically be with them every single day. Just call them. Call your team. You guys all have a similar goal, a similar mission. Talk to them every single day. Talk about, hey, what'd you do well today? I don't know. I did this. I talked to, 10, 15 people. I started using Instagram software, and now I'm getting a bunch of leads. Stuff like that. Got to give a shout out to the software, but stuff like that. Surround yourself. If you guys want to ever come down to Minnesota, come spend the weekend with us. We have no problem with that. We'll work out some logistics, tell you guys some good hotels. We can go, have a blast, walk around the city, and then, obviously get to work. So find a way to get yourself around these more, successful or just driven people in the world. Because like I was telling you, surround yourself with good, positive people. If they're all grinding, you're probably grinding. If your 5 closest friends are all, millionaires, you're probably going to be a millionaire. That's just kind of, how the entire game works. And the thing that really, really changed everything for me when I got into the business, it was after about 7 months into the industry. It was, when I was telling you reconditioning, it really happened when I started to immerse. I want you guys to write this word down. Immerse yourself into it all. Immerse yourself into it all. Have it surrounded around you every single day, all day. For the longest time, I only would speak with people on my team, or I would only speak with people that, I cut off a lot of friends for, probably like a year and a half, because I only wanted to be around positivity. Some of my closest friends I had to stop talking to, not because they were hating on the business or anything. They were just always so negative. So negative. And if anybody that knows me, I am a massive positivity person. You tell me a situation, I promise you I'll make light of it, because that's just what it is. There is no, I hate when people come to me with problems. You can tell me the problem, but don't come to a problem unless we're going to sit down and talk about a solution. That is something that I am big on, is you can tell me the problem. That is okay, but you need to come to me. How can we go ahead and work out a solution? Because before we get off a call or a phone call or a text message or whatever it is, we're going to go ahead and work out a solution. So I only spoke honestly with my team or with positive people. For a while, honestly, I didn't watch Netflix. After a while, I started to have like releases to where I'd have an hour to myself every single night, but I really wanted to be immersed with everything. I listened to audios instead of music. Did the 80-20 rule, 80% audios, 80% personal development, 20%, music and leisure type of stuff. Looked at charts, studied. And when I was really trying to go my hardest into learning the entire, industry and obviously trading and network marketing, that's what I surround myself with every single day. Back when we first got started, the goal was 500 people in the organization. So I put 500, a post-it note, 500 in my bathroom, 500 by my television, 500 posted right up on a post-it note on my laptop. 500 when I went down to the kitchen. I was seeing these things every single day, all day. I was conditioning my brain to think about it 24/7. Because when you do that, your subconscious is a very, very strong thing. It's generating thoughts, all the time, even when you don't think you're actually thinking about them. Your subconscious is very deep, and you really know that you've immersed yourself when you start, thinking about it in the subconscious level, when you're sleeping. It got to a point where I was literally dreaming about like being on stage or taking a massive trade, and I had, a $30,000 day, or dreaming of walking on stage and being greeted as like $1 million Hall of Fame earner, living in massive penthouses and surrounded by oceans. I would literally dream of that. Like I'd wake up and I'm like, I just tasted salt water in the air. So that's how you know that you've really immersed yourself into it. And like I said, the best way to do that is just have visuals. If you want your dream car, if that is a massive goal of yours, print out the picture of it. Put it on the steering wheel of your car. It might sound cheesy, might sound corny, but it won't sound like that once you actually get it. I wanted a Mercedes for so long. Like I legitly thought about it all the time, because, where I come from, Mercedes is like the car. If you made it, it was the car. And for 2 years, I said to Josh every single time, we'd always talk about, what car are you going to get? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I always said Mercedes. And then after, I think 2 years, I ended up getting one. And it was an amazing moment in my life, not just because of the material possession, but to understand that I was able to reach that goal. It was more so like, damn, I had a milestone, not just like the material thing, but it was like, okay, I was able to actually go get it. Okay, what can I do next? What can I visualize? What can I manifest next? And the analogy I like to say is, if you guys have ever heard of immersion school, or let's just say of a transfer student, a foreign exchange transfer student, you go to a school, say I wanted to learn Spanish. I bet you if I spent a whole year or two in Mexico, I'm gonna probably eventually pick up on it. Same thing if I went to Japan, if I went to China, it's the same exact thing. They use immersion school. They use immersion school to, help people learn the language. If you guys don't know what that is, it's pretty much a program to where people go in and they go ahead and, they come into a school that's only taught in that specific language. And that's exactly how I look at this. If you're around, this is business school. If you're around it 24/7, if you're immersing yourself into the whole culture and energy of it all, you will eventually learn it. you will eventually learn it. If this is making sense so far, can I go ahead and get some threes in the chat? If I'm dropping some value for you guys, can I get some threes in the chat? Once again, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you guys are taking, taking some value out of this stuff, because this right here is just pretty much, the steps on how I got my mind right. And I always tell people, you have to get your mind right before you can truly become the leader that you want to be. And I have a question. So, because, we all think that we're ready. If you had 500 people drop onto your team right now, do you think you'd be able to sufficiently help every single one of them? Maybe not. That was something a mentor of mine told me. He's like, do you think you could sufficiently lead them or not? And that's one thing you have to ask yourself. So are you ready to become that leader yet? Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, Ethan say, yeah, okay, I feel you, big dog. All right. But that's what you guys have to ask yourself. So understand, calls like these, events, like there's an event in Chicago. If any of you guys are in like Wisconsin or Chicago or any around that area, you guys should come to the event. We'll be out there. Come hang out with us. Come, chat. Let's have a good time. Let's, get to know each other more. And then the same thing with the event in February in Orlando. Surround yourself around, the people that you want to be next to and, win with and succeed with. But I'll go ahead and run it back one more time just to let you guys know. So pretty much what I spoke about was the 4 ways to create positive change in your business. The first one was awareness. The second one was understanding. Third one is disassociation. The fourth one is reconditioning. And like I said before, if you can master all of these and change out the bad habits for the good habits using these different steps, I promise you, life will get a whole lot better. And you will change yourself into the leader that you truly want to become. But with that being said, I hope you guys got a lot of value out of that. But I'm going to go ahead and pass it to my brother. You guys all know him, I would hope. He is a man that helps many and many of people around the world, past, present, or future. We're going to be doing this thing for the next 20 years. And I know it's going to be, me and him and anybody that wants to roll with us. We are super excited for it. And I am just excited to go ahead and hear what he has to say, because when he talks, I still take notes. I'm still a student to somebody that I, share a wall with, so that's just what you have to be. We've been in this for a long time, and, we learn from each other. We bounce ideas off each other. And that's why I want you guys to listen, because I've learned a lot from him over the years as well. So no more further ado, I'm going to welcome my brother, Joshua Amundson. Josh, can you hear me?
Yo, what is going on?
Yo.
Put my video up here real quick. How's it going, everyone? Guys, can we get some fire emojis in the chat for Jay, please? And thank you, man. You did an absolute beautiful job, man. Loaded.
Doing the damn sound effects.
Oh, man, I had to get the sound effects in there. It's just something I do. But guys, absolutely beautiful information that we just learned from Jay. And, Ethan, I think I got 500 people. We're about to drop a new team, big dog. Let's do it, all right? He goes, okay. I'm super excited for this call, everyone. We just learned some awesome information from Jay. I see a bunch of beautiful faces right now. Guys, if you're on this call, you don't got your video shared, this is 18 people, man. You want to go out and make this money? Let's share your video. Just get engaged, get involved. And, it's okay.
Share money, don't make money.
It's okay if you look dusty. No one's judging you. We're all pretty much in our bedrooms or kitchens. So it's cool. It doesn't matter. It's just the fact that you're engaged and involved and you're allowing the spotlight to, potentially be on you. So guys, like I was saying, I'm super excited for this call. And, we've been doing these on Wednesdays every week. And I want to let you know, the company is releasing calls. They're dropping different information. And they did put a call on Wednesday that is for leadership. And so we have decided to start doing these calls on this day. It's still tentative, but we're going to start doing it on Thursdays. Okay. So November is going to be a huge month. If you think November is going to be a huge month, I want you to drop huge in the chat. Huge in the chat. If you think it's going to be a huge month, this is going to be a massive, massive month, guys. Guys, November is the month of momentum. The summer's done. Fall's done. We're entering winter. This is when people get to grind mode, because what else is there to do? You feel me? It's going to be a massive, massive month, guys. I want to really share this information with you. It doesn't matter what career you do, but you're always one decision, you're one book, you're one call, you're one event. You're one anything away from having a dramatic change in your life. Just one thing. You're one person away from an explosion inside your organization. you're always just that one person away. You never know when you're going to come across someone that completely changes your life. It's happened to me several times over and over. I remember I was doing the business the first 9 months. I was posting and beating my head against the wall, trying to build this business, like 20 people on the team. And, I was making like $1,000 a month, not even. And all of a sudden this guy swipes up on my story and he's like, hey, what do you trade? What is this that you're doing? And I'm like, I trade gold, currency, stuff like that. How about you? He's like, I don't trade much, but I'm interested in it. That guy ended up being the biggest leader inside our entire organization in less than 1 year. You never know by being consistent when that one person will change your entire business forever. And I'm so serious. He watched my story for 9 months. 9 months. How many days is that? Weeks, for so long. Imagine 9 months from now, the biggest leader of your entire life swipes up and is like, yo, let's get to this cheese cheddar bacon. You'd be like, let's go. You'd be so excited. That's why it's important to be consistent, guys. And we're going to talk about that. That's also vision too, man. So, what I want you guys to do is I just want you to make a decision on this call. I want, when you decide, all other options die. It's literally the Italian root word in decide is die. It's literally cutting off all other decisions. When you make a decision, when you decide, all of your other limiting beliefs will die. There's no other option when you decide what you're going to do here. I'm grateful for being shown the way. I'm grateful for being shown this business, for being shown the path that I can run on. I needed a path to run on. I found one. I found a place. I'm so grateful for it. All I have to do is I got to work hard. I got to believe in myself. I got to change my paradigm. I need to change how I think, and I need to do whatever it takes. I need to do whatever it takes, guys. Work hard, believe in myself, change my paradigm, do whatever it takes. Those are the secrets to success right there. Okay. And so this is a really important thing. And Jay kind of touched on it a little bit, but I want you guys to write this quote down. This is one I've heard since I was a kid. And it didn't really make sense till it starts having actual, use cases in your life. You start seeing people. This is the quote: people will not change until it hurts too much to stay the same. People will not change until it hurts too much to stay the same. At some point, you got to be so sick and tired of your current results. You got to be so sick and tired of doing the same thing over and over and over and getting these small results. That's what causes the change. You have those friends in your life, you have those people in your life, and they're doing the same bad thing that they've been doing, or the same, thing that isn't really what they want to be doing for so long. It doesn't hurt enough yet for them to change. You won't get up and go get food until you're hungry enough, until your brain says, okay, I'm hungry enough to physically use my body to go out and get this food. It's the same thing with people and their decisions and their environment. It won't change it until it hurts too much, until they cannot bear it anymore. That's the decision changing moment. And so, my mentor kind of told me this. He's like, stop sleeping in, stop getting drunk, stop getting high. He's like, stop doing things that isn't getting you to where your goal is. Get my shit together. That's what he told me. Get your shit together. And before this next year comes, you're going to have the best entire year of your entire life if you could fix those things. I do remember calling my mentor back in 2019, waking up obliterated, so hungover, and calling him like, dude, I feel terrible. I feel awful. I'm so sick and tired of waking up hungover. I'm so sick and tired of making $150 a month in residual passive income. I am sick and I am tired of it. And he's like, what are you going to do about it? And I was like, it hurts so much of where I am and how I feel and what's going on that I'm going to change. I'm literally going to change. And the only person that's going to stop me is me. And I changed. I made the decision to change. I stopped doing all the things that were holding me back. I cut all the fat out of my life, everything, negative friends. I cut the, unproductive hangout sessions with people. I cut off any negativity. I cut off Netflix. I cut off any sort of video games. I cut off any distraction that was not going to help me get towards my goal. I cut off my ex. Yeah. It's another thing too. You got to do what you got to do, man. If you want to be an entrepreneur, guess what? Entrepreneurs, business owners, and, lawyers, oftentimes, I'm not saying this for everyone, oftentimes, man, they won't even date for the first 8 years of their career because we're so busy trying to accomplish our goals. Now, it's okay if you do. I've seen a lot of successful people that go through it and make it, and it's fine. But I'm telling you, a lot of people will actually not date anyone, guys. So listen, change your thinking and you will change your life for the better. These calls are all about changing our thinking together. That's what this is. And so just remember this, 97% of everything we were taught is nonsense, lies, and it's manipulation. That's what it is. And that's because that's how our brains are programmed. So these calls are about breaking and changing our paradigm, breaking how we think. It's like literally smashing our whole thought pattern of our brain into a new one. And so, this is the mindset you need to go from watching and learning on these calls to holding them yourself and speaking in front of large audiences. That's really what it is. You need this crazy mindset. You got to have a bold mindset. And so here's a goal. What I want to do for this whole organization is I want all of us to start acting like the person we all want to become right now. I want us to act as the person we are striving to be right now. Start being that person, start doing the things that they do. What does that look like? I remember one of my mentors is like, you just got to start acting as if. And I'm like, okay, what does that look like? He told me, he goes, okay, only say the things that your mentor would say, that you pick someone, choose someone that you want to be. They have the results, they have the lifestyle you want. You only are supposed to say the things that they say. That's it. Don't say the things that they don't say. So if they don't say something, don't say it. There's a reason why they are where they are. Work as hard as they work. Ask them how packed their schedule is. Ask them what they got going on. Ask them what their daily routine looks like, or be as organized as them. If your ideal person is a 6-figure year earner, 7-figure year earner, whatever the case may be, think about what do they do on a day-to-day basis? What does their daily schedule look like? What are they doing with their organization? How many people are they talking to? What are the words they're using? I started thinking about these things over and over. I'm like, I need to start acting exactly how my mentor is. Everything to the T, to the snap on my fingers. If you guys know where that's from. It was important, you be as bold as them, have goal setting like them. Last night, if you guys watched that call at the company, they talked about how organized those guys are. I'm not even that organized, and I'm pretty organized, and so just choose someone to mimic and copy them. And here's why. If you do what they do and you say what they say and you act how they act, you are going to get what they have every single time. The more you can mimic to a T what someone else is doing that has the results you want, the more likely you are to get exactly what they have. If you're just doing exactly what they do, you're going to eventually have the same exact results. It's just how it works to the T. So guys, that's just a really important thing that I learned inside of this business. And so, a quality of leaders, because this call is about us becoming leaders. It's about us stepping up. It's about us, taking the reign of this business and taking it by storm and showing everyone what the Midwest and all around the world is about to do. We're about to change so many lives. It's insane. The quality of leaders is they are winners. They have a winning mindset. They think about themselves. They think to themselves, I am a winner. I want you to think to yourself right now. Do you consider yourself a winner? Someone who wins, someone who gets the job done, and they do great at it. That's something that I did not always think of myself. I didn't always think of myself, but I heard that leaders are winners. And so I decided I'm going to be a winner. Winners dream big. They think big, man. Winners think extremely big. They know exactly what kind of lifestyle they want to live. They know exactly the lifestyle they want to live. And I want you to decide on this call, what is the exact lifestyle that you want to live? What does it look like? Where do you live? What kind of house does it look like? What kind of cars do you drive? Do you have a family? Do you live in the same state that you have? How much money is in your bank account when you open it up? How many investment properties do you have? Do you travel a lot? Design your exact lifestyle. And the important part is going after desire. You want to make a desire for the lifestyle once you figure out exactly what it is. Like you have to desire it so much. You got to have a burning desire to want that lifestyle so bad. This could be retiring your parents. This could be helping your family. This could be paying medical debt. This could be paying anything. You have to have a burning desire to get that thing done. Have that winner mentality, guys. And so say no to everything else that doesn't exactly fit that lifestyle, and your success will come a lot faster. And so when you live your life in a certain way, you're going to attract all the success that you desire, you know? And so I want to talk about momentum right now. Okay. So remember, guys, November is the month of momentum. And so 3 things: vision, leadership, and desire. This is the triangle of momentum: vision, leadership, and desire. Okay. Now let's start off with number 1, desire. Desire is the starting point of all achievement, not some achievement. It's all achievement. It's desire. And, you know, we've been talking about this. This is Think and Grow Rich. You know, this is tons of different successful entrepreneurs and people all around the world. It started with desire. It's desiring what it is that you want. Anybody who made it from 0 to hero, it all started with desire. Then, you know, you have to build this muscle that you have called desire. You have to work on it every day. It's not like you're just going to flick the switch and you, boom, I got desire. Let's go. You have to develop it and grow it and make this thing get bigger and bigger and bigger and get hungry for it. And so desire it's a focus. It's a healthy obsession. You know, sometimes people message me, they're like, dude, do you even sleep? Like, what do you do else besides just grind? And I'm like, I have a burning desire to get my exact lifestyle that I want and help the people that I need to help. So I'm willing to do whatever it takes, man, whatever it takes, you know, and I won't blame anybody else for my excuses. It's all on me, man. So, you know, it's what's going to allow you desire is it's going to allow you to get through those hard times, and you're going to have them. It's going to allow you to push through those difficult moments, and you will have them 100%. We all do. You know, it's just important to learn how to grow that muscle. Now let's talk about vision. This is a big one. Okay, guys, this business, it's interesting how it works. It's really weird. You know, I could have went right to Pepsi and been making 70K a year. Boom, got it. Awesome, sweet. It was at my fingertips, but I chose not to go get it. And I was like, hey, you know what? Let's just make $150 a month, you know? And I watch all my friends go make full-time salaries. And I'm like, man, did I make the wrong decision? Look where I am. And I didn't know where I was going. Now, what I didn't realize is this business is exponential growth. That's how this business works. It's a 3 to 5 year plan to financial freedom. So what I didn't have when we got started was vision. I didn't know what vision was. Guys, vision is being able to see where you're going without physically seeing it. It's being able to know where you are going in the next 3 to 5 years without actually seeing it. You can envision it all the time. Close your eyes, think about it, envision where you're going to be. But vision, guys, this is how you win big in this industry. You ready? This is how you win big. Okay. This is literally the cheat code. I want you to write this down. All right. You have to be willing to work for a period of time, an extended period of time, without seeing any physical results. So you have to be willing to work for an extended period of time without seeing any physical results, but knowing that the results are actually there. Your sales skills are getting better. Your confidence is getting better. Your presenting is getting better. Your leadership skills are getting better. Your consistency is getting better. Your momentum is getting better. Your understanding of the business is getting better. Your networking skills are getting better. It's all getting better, even though you don't see the physical results in your back office yet. That's how you win in this business. When I heard that, I was like, okay, I have to be willing to work for an extended period of time without seeing any physical results, knowing that I actually am getting results. I'm getting better in those areas: sales, confidence, leadership, communication, team building, momentum. Those are all important. This is the rooting system of a tree, is what I'm referring to. You can't see what's going on under the ground. That's this part of the business. when you're planting the seeds and the roots are growing and it's creating a strong foundation where it's impossible to knock that thing over, damn near. And then one day it's going to sprout and that thing is going to fly when it does. Absolutely crazy, guys. When I heard that, I understood vision. I understood where I was going and I understood how long it was going to take. So I want to talk about this, guys. So this is just wrapping stuff up with leadership. Now that you understand vision for yourself, you understand, because you got to help yourself before you help others. You need to learn so you can help others learn. Okay. Leadership is telling stories to help blind people see what's coming, where they're going. That's all we do, guys. We help blind people see. It's holding your head high when everyone else's is low. It's taking all the arrows in your back. When things are going wrong, who's to blame? It's the leaders, right? It's being able to keep yourself calm, cool, and collected, but confident. These are all skills of leadership. And by coming to these calls, you develop them more and more and more. And so we're going to do something really special next week. Next week, we're actually going to have 3 of you guys, and we're not going to say who it is yet. 3 of you come up and share on the call, and you're going to be the main speakers of the call. So just know that's coming. But guys, listen, desire, vision, and leadership, the triangle of momentum. November is going to be the biggest month you've ever had inside of network marketing. It's going to be the biggest month you've ever had inside of entrepreneurship. You have to claim it, decide, cut off all other options. This is going to be the highest volume producing month. This is going to be the most people you've ever met in one month. And it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be life-changing. You just have to claim it, guys. So this is a huge time for this company right now. Huge time. If you knew what we knew, you'd be doing what we're doing right now. I'm telling you, if you knew what we're doing. It's massive industry leaders are coming to this company. Massive people are checking this out. We're going to have so much just hype, and it's going to be unbelievable what's happening. The products and services that are coming out, the game plans they have set in play, the events, the promos, the traveling, it's going to be unbelievable. That's why if you knew what we knew, you'd be doing what we're doing right now. You'd be locked in going psycho mode, and we're willing to help. We're willing to help, man. I'm willing to grind till my eyes bleed with you guys. Like literally, I'm not even kidding about that. So this is the right place. It's the right time. It's the right leaders coming into the company and already in the company. It's the right products and services. Nobody has what we have. And it's the right time for you to go all in on this business, guys. And so I just want to want to mention that's what all these calls are about. It's just learning how to unlearn and then applying what you just learned. So what you guys just learned on this call, when you have leaders in your organization and they're like, dude, I'm struggling with this or that, or, whatever the case may be, these calls are meant so you can teach them the things you learned. Like, hey, I actually heard something from a mentor one time, or, a call or a leadership, let me tell you about it. That's how you really create leadership inside your organization, guys. Every company in network marketing has a special growth period. And this one is about to go through a massive one. An absolutely massive one. It's a special timing that you have to get lucky to be a part of that, man. I've seen it. I've been in companies that had it, and it was absolutely insane. And so this is going to $1 billion company. Absolutely. It has the right leadership. And guess what? That's either going to get funneled to your business or someone else's. So that's why it's time to lock in, man. Sacrifice 2 to 3 years right now so you can live the life that you want to live forever. Okay. Temporarily lazy to be temporarily dedicated to be permanently lazy. So my mentor always used to say to me, temporarily dedicated to be permanently lazy. Okay. So like Jay was saying, guys, there's an event in Chicago coming up. It's going to be so dope. I'm super excited for it. It's a regional event. If you're anywhere near the area, Ethan, Elliot, everyone else, let's go. If you're anywhere near Chicago, come out to the event, man. Come to the event. Say what up. Come kick it. We're going to go out, do a leadership dinner Saturday night. It's going to be tight. Friday night, we're coming in town. Sunday, we're leaving. Saturday, 9 to 5 event. It's going to be awesome, guys. The CEO is going to be there. They're going to in depth go through all of the products and services and what it actually is, man. You're going to understand what it is that we're doing here 10 times more. It's going to be real. And it's going to lock you in, man. It's going to think it's the reason why these events are so important, man. Orlando too, February 3rd, guys. I've said this before. Doctors don't just get to become doctors. They have to go to medical school. They have to go to medical school to become a doctor. It's the same thing in our profession. This is a professional industry where you can make $1 million a month, $10,000 a month, or $100 a month. It's your choice. Okay. We go to regional events because that's our medical school. I do not know one single top earner that doesn't attend these events. I don't. Can't name one of them, not even a little. I've never met someone who's made 6 or 7 figures in this business that has just like, I'm not going to go to the events, you know? So I highly encourage you, if you want to go full time in this, man, and you can, you're already halfway there. You're on the call. You're making a decision. You just got to come to these events and meet the owners, and let's get locked in, guys. So after this call, I just want you guys tonight, just really focus on increasing the desire of your goals. Get focused on the life you want. What is it? What's the exact life you want? Increase your desire for it. Cut off everything else and just focus on increasing your belief. How do you increase your belief? Positive affirmations every day. When I'm in the shower, man, I swear to God, I don't miss. I don't miss. It's just, I don't miss. Positive affirmations every time. You're by yourself. You're in the shower. Do it. Start saying, I am grateful. I am happy. I am strong. I am confident. I am beautiful. I am wealthy. You know, I'm so happy and grateful now. I make $100,000 a month online. You got to affirm these things, man, and just start saying why you're grateful. Start saying why you're grateful. I love Jake Maldonado's story today. Drop a 1 in the chat if you guys saw his story today, where he talked and he spoke about, you know, I want to know why you're grateful. No, that was beautiful, man. I was grateful today that I was able to wake up, be as healthy as I am, and go out and kill it and live another day. And so the only person who's going to prevent you guys from accomplishing your goal is you. So choose to think positive, choose to go after your goals, because I truly believe that you deserve it. Okay. So I appreciate you guys for hopping on this call. Hopefully you're able to take some notes. We have some big things coming. Obviously, you know, I will, you know, mention you guys that the scared money promo is now over. So we're going to basically, you know, put it in the groups for a few more days. You're going to have to fill out your information. Listen, this is anyone that got an advanced pack. If you upgraded to one, if you just got started, this is anyone who got a mastery pack. If you upgraded or just got started, and if you signed up an advanced pack, or if you signed up a mastery pack, you need to go fill out your information on this. Okay. It's just a Google form. It's very easy. You just put your name and then check the boxes of what you did and tally it up. Okay. And then we're going to do the raffle, guys. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. And we're pumped up. So I'll see you guys in Chicago. Obviously, you know, we're going to be doing more events, but that's in 2 weeks, baby. Let's go. So you guys have a beautiful night. Let's go kill it. Peace out.